Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Franchise Hockey Manager 8 with the Buffalo Sabres. I think this is, episode 6, 7? I can't remember. I've already lost track. I record too many videos. It's episode single digit somewhere. And I simmed ahead from the last episode a couple of weeks, not far. We're up to November 14th. We are 9-3-1. We were 6-1-0 when we stepped away. So we have gone 3-2-1 in our last 6. So cooled off a little bit, but still 9-3-1 on the year. We're in second place. We're 7 points behind Florida. They have we have 3 games in hand on them, but they are really, really good out of the chute. Wow, Eric Comrie having himself a year. 12-2-2 for Florida here out of the chute. We're in second place at 9-3-1, ahead of the Bruins, followed by the Senators, Lightning, Leafs, Canadiens, and Red Wings. Hurricanes 13-2 to start the season. The Golden Knights 13-2-1. So some good hockey being played around the NHL. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen still having a great season, 8-2 with a 1.87 and a 9.39 goals against. I'll take a quick look at the roster. There's not a whole lot to do right now other than just sim. Our offense is down a bit, and part of that is because we're without Jack Eichel for another 1 to 2 weeks. He's only played 3 games this year. So our offense has stagnated a bit as we've got Mason Shaw on that top line with Cousins and Olofsson right now versus Eichel. And one of the commenters made a good point. He mentioned that Power and Quinn are 2-star, 5-star potential young players, really should be getting regular playing time. And if it's not going to happen in Buffalo, it should happen in Rochester. So I think the plan right now is to send both of those guys down, and let's see what we have for free agents. So a free agent defenseman and a free agent forward we want to bring in. And again, this is 7th defenseman and 14th forward or whatever. So, wow, that's it, huh? Really, it's all just half-star. That's it, huh? No good defenseman. What about forwards? Wow, that's it. Okay. That's a bit shocking. Oh man, we got a lot of unsigned players. These guys are going to get expensive. That is going to get expensive, but we will cross that bridge. All right, so I think in lieu of doing that, in lieu of signing some free agents, let's look at our minor league team. I think, maybe we just call somebody up like Casey Fitzgerald, let him sit on the bench as our 7th defenseman, and then forward-wise, I think we call up Bjork. And run like that and let Quinn get some time down in Rochester with Peterka, Kozak. I mean, we got a lot of talent down here. So we'll just kind of let it work itself out that way. And I think we're good to go. So we're just going to sim ahead here. Players need to be assigned numbers. Bjork needs number 10. Bjork wants 10. He's not going to get 10. He can have 91. That's a fun number. I have a ton of notes here. I don't think I looked at everything. So, player development at the beginning of November. Pekka Luukkonen gets better. Power, Quinn, Shaw, Studnicka, Poltapov, Jansen, Kisakov got better at fighting and screening. Portillo got better. Matthias Samuelsson, who is probably not that far away. He's never going to score, but he really could be a shutdown style defenseman. I'm kind of looking forward to getting him up. Top selling Jerseys for the Sabres. Kevin Lankinen still number 1. The board is happy with us, of course. Yeah, and I think that's it. So now we're really just sort of grinding here until we get Jack Eichel back. So I think the plan is I'm gonna sim up to December 1st, and then we'll go day by day for a little bit, and we'll see what we can do about. Maybe, by the time we get to December, we'll have a better idea of who we are and what it is we need. So I'll sim ahead to December 1st. We'll take another brief look at the stats. Hopefully by then I get Eichel back, and we can start to think about upgrading our team for December and moving forward. So I'll be right back. Welcome back. It is December 1st, 2022, and your Buffalo Sabres are 12-6-1. Sitting in third place now in the Atlantic with a bunch of games in hand. 4 games in hand on Florida, 3 on the Bruins. So we're in pretty good shape. We've suffered some more injuries. One of them pretty notable. We had a blowout loss. We had a blowout win. It's been a pretty interesting week. So the big injury is Casey Middlestat. Ruptured his tricep tendon, is out indefinitely. That's a problem. We did get Eichel back, thankfully. Gergensons is down for a couple of weeks. Asplund is day-to-day, so we should get them back soon. But all of a sudden, our center depth is looking pretty light, as Mason Shaw is now our number 2 center. So that may be a target here. So at least we know what it is we're looking for down the stretch here, right, in terms of a second in terms of a trade deadline deal. I want to take a look at the goalie starts, though, because it is not starting Lankinen at all. Hottest goalie. I want Lankinen to get some starts. So, but yeah, offensively, we're still having a bit of a down season compared to last year. Cousins leads us in goals and points. Jack Studnicka has been great this year, frankly. 13 points in 19 games. Second on the team in goals. We finally get Eichel back. He's got 4 points in 5 games. So hopefully the offense starts to pick back up now that we have Jack back in the lineup. If we take a look at Rochester, 14-13-1. Are any of our 2-star players 2.5 yet? Nope. That's what I'm waiting for. Quinn, Peterka, or Power, or Kozak, really, I guess. As soon as one of those guys hits 2.5 stars, they are being called up. Or as soon as I see a bump in their ratings, like as soon as Quinn hits a 15 offense or a 13 defense, as soon as Power hits maybe that 14 defense, we call him up and we just stick him in the lineup and call it a day. So I think the first thing we want to do really quickly, just December 1st. Actually, you know what? No, the first thing I want to do is come back to Buffalo, and let's look at some of our upcoming free agents. So Shaw and Cousins are no-brainers. So Mason Shaw wants 2.6 for 5 years. So if we... Wait, 2.5 for 2 years. Okay. I'll sign him for 2 years at $2.48 million. Cousins wants 2.9. So let's drop this down to 2.5 and see where we can meet in the middle. Should be able to come up with something. 2.8, so we'll bump this up to 2.6. Like that. 2.86. 2.7. All right, 2.7 for 3 years for Dylan Cousins works for me. Asplund, he's only got, he had a good year last year. He's struggling a bit this year. Samuelson, we definitely want to bring back. I just want to pay him $1 million. That's it. I just want to pay him $1 million for 3 years. Really? You won't even take that? Okay, so we'll give you that. It's fine. 1.017. Goligoski, we're not bringing back. Fitzgerald, we probably won't bring back. Lucas Rusek, Matej Pakar, Bjork, maybe. We'll see how the rest of the season goes. Let's see what Clefbaum wants. 5.4 for 3 years. We'll readdress Clefbaum, I think. Laxinen we want to bring back because we want the depth. He wants one. We'll just meet demand and we'll just give him that money. I'm okay with that. Gergensons, I don't know. Maybe. And we'll hold off and we'll see. Same thing with Asplund. I think we're gonna wait and see. He only wants $1 million though, so it's something we will hold off on. Okposo, we're gonna let walk. Obviously, his time with us is done. He's come back down to earth after his revelation season, if you will, last year. And I think it's just time to now we can look. Let's look at the trade block and see. Whoa, okay. So Evgeny Kuznetsov is on here. His contract is up after this season. No, he's still got 2 years after this. He's 30 years old. Miro Heiskanen's on here again. I can't imagine we would have anything close to what it would take to get Heiskanen from Dallas. But we got Klingberg from Dallas, so I guess crazier things have happened. John Carlson. We don't really need another defenseman. I mean, we could just go all out and just say, screw it. Let's sign every big defenseman there is. Kuznetsov is interesting, though. I mean, if we could... I mean, I can't imagine. How long is he out for? He's day to day. Okay. Let's just look. Let's just look, right? Let's just see if we can make it work. So Kuznetsov, I would want to give money back. Do we have a contract that's more than 1 year that I'd like to remove? I mean, other than Skinner, and I'd happily add Skinner to that. There's no trade clause. Oh, just wonderful. Yeah, none of our long, with the exception of Skinner, none of our long-term contracts are really bad. So, we can add Okposo. He's using his no trade clause. Oh, you guys are going to make this all sorts of difficult on me, aren't you? All right, so if we were to try to pick up Kuznetsov, we can start with Asplund. I mean, I have little doubt that we can make this work with some of the talent we have here. It's just a matter of exactly what we're willing to give up. I don't want to give up any of my 3.5-star players. That's the thing. I'll give you Marcus Almquist. I'll give you Albert Lycassin. And who else do I want to give you? You want Oskari Laxinen? I mean, does that... Okay, so at least, I mean, that's a well-balanced offer. I just like getting a jump on the trade deadline. Because we're going to have so many young players. So we pick up Kuznetsov's cap hit next season, which is... $8 million. So it's $8 million a year for 2 seasons. But next season, right off the bat, we get Okposo 6 off the books. Goligoski's 4.5, which means next year Kuznetsov is paid for. Which means this year we're gonna be our cap. Which means that next year we're going to be fine. This year we're going to be paying quite a bit of money, but next year we don't have any trouble. And then the year after that, we have some. I mean, the year after that we'll have Dahlin coming off the books. Obviously, we need to re-sign him. So in 2 years it could be an issue, but I think we need to add another piece to this. So that's the thing. So we have 2 firsts, or we have 2 seconds this season to go along with a first. Let's go down to 2020. We've already given up both of our thirds because those are the valuable ones. Do I want to give up a second in 2025? Sure. Let's see if that does it. I mean, that's a whole lot of spare parts for Evgeny Kuznetsov. So we will just sim ahead and let's try to get through December. A lot of games in hand. A lot of games in hand for sure. All right, so let's end the day. And we'll go in and we'll take a look at the box score when this one's over. And see, we lose 3-2 in regulation. Oh, we lose in overtime. Okay, so at least we pick up a point. Olofsson, a couple of assists. Eichel has his 4th goal of the year. Klingberg scores his 3rd. Lankinen gets the start. All right, well, a point's a point. A point is a point. So we gain a point. 4 games in hand on Florida. 2 points behind them. Luukkonen in the top 8 in goaltending in every category. That goals against has spiked here a little bit, though, over the last few weeks. Offensively, we're struggling, so someone like Kuznetsov would be great for us. A 16-rated offensive player. Look at Vegas. And I'm bouncing around here a little bit. Vegas, 22, 2-2 on the year. Kuznetsov is, yes, we know Kuznetsov is on the trade block. Okay, so Laxton, Samuelson, Sean Cousins all signed their contracts. Let's end the day. See how this game goes here against the Red Wings. A 4-1 win. That's what I like to see. Eichel has a goal and an assist. Kubalik has a goal and an assist. Shaw has a goal and an assist. Cool. Who gets the start in this one? Luukkonen gets the start here. Stops 24 out of 25. Jakob Trenin is on the waiver wire, as is Antti Ranta. I think we're good with both, though. Happy with my goaltending situation. Especially if we can pick up Kuznetsov, I'll be happy with my forward lines. I would rather pick up someone like Kuznetsov who's on a 1-year deal, because that would come a whole lot cheaper, but we'll see. We will see. Oli Uolovi is on the trade block. Okay, so no way. This trade is close to being all right. I mean, to know that he's out there is good. I don't know. With him being the first one that I looked at, I don't want to take the chance of just picking up the first guy I see. Maybe Reimer. And Riemsdyk, yeah, I like the idea, except he can't play center, right? He's a left wing. What would our lines look like if we did that? Because, I mean, our top... I really what I need is a second-line center. I mean, Shaw, I guess, technically can do it. But I'd like to get a stud second-line center there behind Eichel. And while Van Riemsdyk is a nice wing... I mean, I could put him on the second. Maybe we get Van Riemsdyk, put him on the second line, and then move Studnicka down and run Ruotsalainen, Studnicka, and Fisher. And then when we get that second line center, it becomes Shaw, Fisher, and Studnicka. Kind of like that. Let's see what it's going to take to pick up a James Van Riemsdyk from the what is our cap space? I guess I should look at that, right? Cap obligations. It's not what I wanted to look at. I wanted to look here. So, available money for free. We have $21 million right now. All right. So I think we can do that. I think we can go after Van Riemsdyk and go after a second line center as we get closer to the trade block. So let's see what the Flyers want for the man they call Reimer. Let's look at our players' rights. Again, I'm not trading Poltapov or Johnson or Nemestikov or Portillo or Kisakov or Joshua Bloom. I don't want to trade. I'm not going to trade any of these 3.5 and up star players. So Marcus Almquist right away becomes a fair offer. So let's see if we can get him to retain half the salary. That would be nice too. Ludwig Janssen. All right, so you think that they will accept this deal, Marcus, the rights to Almquist and Ludwig Janssen for Van Riemsdyk, and I just want to make sure that I have trading on, where is it? Trading's on much harder. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Wanted to make sure I wasn't taking advantage of the AI here. So, James Van Riemsdyk from the rights to Marcus Almquist and Ludwig Janssen. So let's offer that deal. See if we get an answer. So we're taking on Edmonton. The last time we played Edmonton, and you guys missed that one, I was doing it at the end of November to December sim. We lost 7-1. So that wasn't a good deal. And there we go. So we pick up 33-year-old James Van Riemsdyk. And that means that we can replace him with Barré-Boulet. And we can send Barré-Boulet back to Rochester, place him on waivers. And where do we want to stick Reamer here? Yeah, I mean, I think we put him on that line like I said we were going to. And right now we were on Rutsalainen's. Fisher can play the left too, right? Yep. We were on Rutsalainen, Studnicka, and Fisher. And I think, that's going to hurt Studnicka's point output, but I think it makes sense. Kubalik, Shaw, Van Riemsdyk now as our second line is glorious. We are going to put Van Riemsdyk on that top power play unit. And this is what we're going to run with. So we'll keep an eye on the trade block again. Asplund, is he back? Yep, I think he's back. Yep, he is. So who's going to come out of the lineup? Bjork. Replace with Asplund. So he should be out there now, right? Yeah, Asplund, Skinner, and Okposo. Okay, so if we get Middlestat back after we pick up a center, so assume Casey is back this season, all that's going to do is just lengthen our lines. I mean, who knows who we're potentially going to bench at that point, but yeah, I think that was a good deal for us. So let's see how this game goes against Edmonton. We have back-to-back games here, Edmonton and Vancouver out west. Game 1 at Edmonton is a 6-1 win. So we come back. They beat us 7-1. We come into their home and we beat them 6-1. So Dahlin a goal and an assist. A goal and 2 assists. Klingberg has a goal and an assist. Eichel scores. Shaw scores. Fisher scores. Van Riemsdyk has an assist in his Buffalo debut. Cool. And Luukkonen stops 36 out of 37, so that'll play, as they say. Trying to figure out my recording time here. Going for about 22, 23 minutes. We'll keep going. Give Reamer 52 because he was 25 coming from Philadelphia. Let's see if we can take back-to-back games here, Edmonton and Vancouver. No, we lose 5-3. Was this a Lankinen game? It was. Kevin Lankinen only stops 22 out of 26 shots. Van Riemsdyk picks up a goal and an assist for us, though. Rutsalainen got us on the board first. Now we get 3 goals in the third. We were up 3-2 going into the third. Van Riemsdyk and Studnicka in the second, and then Miller, Garland, and Pedersen to give them the win. All right. Well, you can't win them all, right? So 23 games into the season, we're 14-7-2. 5 games in hand on Ottawa, who we're tied with. 2 games in hand on the Bruins, who we're 3 points behind. And 5 games in hand on the Panthers, who we are 4 points behind. So we're in decent shape here. Vegas is just steamrolling, 25-2-1. Ooh, St. Louis might be looking to move Logan Couture. I mean, that could be that center. That's interesting. Oh, he's got 5 years left. Yeah, that's not interesting. That is not interesting at $7 million a year. Kuznetsov. He's only got 5 points in 19 games. So I think we made the right decision, kind of taking a breath and seeing what else is available. We could pick up Jonathan Toews if we really want to just run. I mean, what would it take to get? What's Toews making this year? Like $11 million or something? Yeah. I can't imagine it would take much to secure Jonathan Toews from the Blackhawks, with them retaining half the salary. Any word on Middlestat yet? Nope, he's still indefinite. Yeah, I mean, it'll be I mean, we could make this work, but again, Toews isn't the Jonathan Toews that he was. Offensively, he's not the same player. Um, from a ratings perspective, offensively, he's quite good. I mean, he's Jonathan Toews. I mean, everybody knows what Jonathan Toews is. He's one of the best defensive forwards in the NHL, one of the best two-way forwards in the NHL. I mean, maybe we make a run at Toews. We won't have to give much up. I mean, I would rather keep Asplund for the year, especially given that we might want to re-sign him after the fact. So let's just look at our rights. Look at the players we have rights on and see who we're willing to give up. Steven Sardarian, well-balanced offer. Okay. Sardarian, and I think we're going to have to give up like another 2.5 or 3-star forward. Matt McGroarty out of Quinnipiac. I don't want to give up Luke Middlestat. I like having the Middlestat brothers on my team. What about Jacob Konechny? Let's try that. My guess is it's going to say it's close, but it's close to being all right. So we'll just sort of see. Another game here on the West Coast, this time against the Kings. Another win, 5-2. So Skinner with 2 assists, Eichel 2 goals, Klefbom a goal and an assist. Rutsalainen from Studnicka and Fisher, Klefbom from Skinner and Asplund. Eichel from Klefbom and Skinner, Kubalik into the empty net. And Luukkonen only has to make 13 saves in the victory. Ooh, Cale Fleury, Lyndon Vay, and Colin Blackwell. Nope, not interested in any of those players. Yeah, I like getting a jump on the trade deadline because it kind of lets you build your team early, and then when you get up to the trade deadline, like right up to the trade deadline, you can see if there are any tweaks you want to make. Like right now we're running Goligoski as our 6th defenseman. I mean, it might be in our best interest to pick up another defenseman down the road. But if we can get Van Riemsdyk and Toews without giving up a ton of, it's close to being all right, without giving up a ton of value, then that's something we should do, I think. So Sabres players. Do we have any players here that I'm fine just giving up? Brett Murray? Yeah, it's still just a well-balanced offer. Owen Peterson. There we go. So Owen Peterson is a 20-year-old. Got 15 points in 32 games for Rochester right now. His ratings are meh. He was our 7th round pick last season, I believe, right? Yeah, he was an overager. So I'm okay with that. So it's essentially two guys that we have the rights on, and somebody who was our 7th round pick this season, and we pick up Jonathan Toews for the rest of the year, and the White Sox, the Blackhawks will eat the rest of his contract. So if this works, this gives us our forward line, and then especially once we get Middlestat back, we should be pretty stacked. And then come the trade deadline as we get blown out by Anaheim. Wow. Is that a Lankinen game? Nope, it was a Luukkonen game. His worst game of the year. So we get goals from Van Riemsdyk and Klingberg, but they handed it to us today. But we're still in good shape. 3 games behind the Bruins, or 6 points behind the Bruins, 3 games in hand. Still super close to the Panthers, even though we've got like 5 games in hand on them. So we're in decent shape here. Yeah, 5 games in hand, 5 points back. All right, let's sim this game against the Devils. So next episode, we'll probably do a lot of the same thing. It'll be, we lose another one in regulate. No, this one we lose in overtime as well. So we're 15-8-3. Eichel has a goal and an assist. Jack Hughes with 3 assists. So for us, it's Eichel, Olofsson, and Dahlin. Lankinen gets the start. Has he won a game this year? He's 1-3 with a 3.47. That's not good. That is not good. So next episode, we'll probably do the same thing. We'll get up to January 1st. I'll probably sim a week and a half into January offline. And then we'll come back. We'll do a recap of where we are, sim up to the beginning of February, and then we'll play February because February will take us through the trade deadline. So I think that probably makes sense. And then the following episode will be the end of the regular season. Vegas is 28-2-2. That is good. There we go. Owen Peterson, Steven Sardarian, and Jacob Konechny to the Blackhawks, picking up Jonathan Toews. All right, so Bjork has to go back down to Rochester. He'll go on waivers. Who is going to the bench? That's the difficult question. I think it's going to be Kyle Okposo. Replace with Toews. And let's take a look at the lines. So I think Toews moves up to the second line center. We run Shaw, Fisher, and I like that third line. Shaw, Fisher, and Studnicka on our third line. Get Eichel back in here. Kubalik, Toews, and Van Riemsdyk as our second line. Power play. I want Toews out there in place of Skinner. And on the PK, we absolutely want Toews out there. Toews with Fisher. Cool. We're in good shape. So let's just do some simming here through the end of December. We're not going to make any more deals. We're set until February. I think we are in good shape, assuming we don't suffer any more injuries. Fisher 2 assists, Studnicka a goal. So that line right off the bat, guys. Studnicka and Shaw. Yep, Studnicka, Fisher, and Shaw. Toews scores in his debut. Puts up a 74 offense, 63 defense, 70 overall. Jack Studnicka, 2 points and 81 game rating. Luukkonen pitches, plays well. And we are 16-8-3. Oh, and we lose Anders Bjork to who? The Toronto Maple Leafs. All right, so Toews picks up number 19. Yeah, I know. That's too bad. And I'm okay with those deals because we gave up players who weren't in the plans for the next season. And if we don't re-sign Van Riemsdyk and Toews, we have, and we win again, 17-8-3. We have our young guys. So Eichel from Cousins and Olofsson, Cousins from Olofsson and Klingberg. Nice. So Cousins 3 points, Olofsson 3 points, Eichel had 2. And Lankinen plays well, stops 25 out of 27. So yeah, even if we don't re-sign any of those players, we have Quinn, who tore his hamstring. That sucks. We have Peterka. We have Kozak. We have a couple other young players who are up to be signed this season. We have Power and Laxinen defensively. So we're in good shape. We are in good shape, I think. So keep simming here. get ourselves through the month of December, and we'll call it an episode. Come on. Come on, Jack. All right, so we'll put Gergensons back out there. We'll just adjust the lines. We'll move Shaw back up there, and we will end the day. So we lose 3-1. We get a goal from Clefbaum from Toews, but that was it. TJ Oshie, Backstrom, and Nardella will score for them. Now Christian Fischer is hurt because why not? Things were going too well for us, I guess. There was New York and Vancouver made a deal. Casey Cizikas to the Canucks for a second. Good deal for the Islanders. Will Butcher, the former Buffalo Sabre, now headed to Philadelphia to play in Lehigh, I guess. So they traded a third-round pick to the Oilers for Butcher and then sent him to the minors. Shows you what I know. All right, so Fisher's going to come out and Okposo will go in. So we're without Eichel and Fisher. Lose. I don't want to lose, obviously. So it was starting to drop. Our forwards are starting to drop here a little bit, and we lose 4-1. So another bad night for us. We are 17-10-3. We get a goal from Kubalik, from Sean Dahlin, and that's it. I mean, our offense goes down the tubes as soon as Eichel gets hurt. Maxim Letinoff. Hopefully we get him back here in the next day or two. Vegas is 31-2-2. Are you absolutely kidding me with that record? Okay. All right, Eichel, is you ready for contact? Yes. Okay, so we can get Fisher back in there. So I guess Okposo will come out, and we will put Fisher back in. We're still without Eichel, and we are 17-10-3. Let's see if we win game number 18 here as Van Riemsdyk comes home, or takes on his former club, I guess. We do. We win 3-2. That's a big win for us. We got down 2-0. Couturier and Torrey Krug from Patrick Kane on the Philadelphia Flyers. Interesting. Olofsson would score a power play goal from Cousins and Van Riemsdyk. Toews from Studnicka and Kubalik. Then Gergensen from Klingberg and Olofsson. So Toews with us has put up 3 points in 5 games. He's a 66 game rating. That works for me. Tyler Benson. So 4 games in hand, 7 points behind Florida, 3 games in hand, 11 points behind the Bruins. So again, it looks like a battle for second place. So we would literally have to win all of those games to pass Florida. 18-10-3. Yeah, we'd have to go 3-0-1 to catch them. Michael Del Zotto traded to Vancouver for a 5th. Eichel is back. Let's get him back out there for Gergensons. Let's reset those lines. Eichel there, and I think that was it. Yep. All right, so the 29th, we got a game against the Canadiens. A 5-2 win. Jonathan Toews reaches 500 assists in his great career. 2 points for Bryson, 2 for Skinner, 2 for Eichel. We took a 3-0 lead. Van Riemsdyk, Yoki Haru, and Skinner. And then we scored 2 in the third. Bryson and Cousins. Luukkonen gets the win. Is that going to be it for December, or are we going to have one more game here in the month? Nudi Vara. No, 2 stars. We're good without him. I think that's our final game of this episode. So we didn't sim any games. We didn't play any games. I think that's fine. This was a pretty decent pace. The sim engine is fast enough that I don't feel like I am talking just to talk. But we'll take a look at the stats, league leaders, and everything here in just a minute. We're going to be taking on the Bruins on New Year's Day. So you wonder if that's an outdoor game someplace where that would be held. The Sabres and the Bruins. Fenway Park would be held in, what's the name of the stadium the Bills play in? I can't remember. Is it Marv Levy Stadium? No, I know it's not. Development report, Lycasen gets better, Cousins, Dahlin, Luukkonen gets better, Ruotsalainen, Studnicka, Poltapov, Sagniuk gets better. Wow, Owen Power gets better. Agility, shooting range, and hitting Gergensons and Goligoski both get a little worse. Landeskog and Samsonov get your Player of the Month and Goalie of the Month. Let's delete. Let's look at standings real quick. So Vegas 32-4-2. They are running away with the Pacific. The Kings on the other side 8-29. Nashville leads the Central with Colorado behind them. Carolina 10 points clear of the Islanders, and the Bruins are the cream of the crop in the Atlantic. We are 5 points behind Florida with 4 games in hand. So we just keep playing the way we are, and we'll be fine. Luukkonen 4th in goals against and 5th in wins. He's having a fabulous rookie campaign. Let's take a look at our stats. Cousins leads us with 27 points in 32 games. He also leads us in goals with 13. Points per game, that goes to Eichel. He's got 19 and 15. He's also second on the team in goals. Olofsson having another nice year, 25 points in 32 games. Klingberg, 24 and 32. He's a minus player, though. That's a bit of a surprise. Studnicka has been fantastic, 21 points in 32 games. So is Shaw. He was both of these guys were waiver wire pickups, and they've done great for us. Kubalik is having a nice first full season with us. Point scoring is down a little bit, but it's down for everybody on my team. Toews got 4 points in 6 games. Van Riemsdyk has 6 points in 11 games, so both of those are working out nicely. Skinner 12 and 32. Yeah, that contract is just going to be brutal. Dahlin's had a down year. He had 51 points in 82 games last year, only 12 in 32 this season, with an average game rating of 62. We may have to take a look at his positioning and what we have him doing. That's not been great. Clefbaum, 65 game rating. He hasn't been bad. Fisher's been up and down, but defensively, I like his stats, so we're going to keep plugging away there. Bryson's been fine. Yeah, we got some really low game ratings. It's kind of a surprise. Ruotsalainen, a 60. Goligoski, a 61. Yoki Haru, a 61. That's a little disturbing. Goalie stats. So Luukkonen has played 25 games. He's 17-7-1 with a 2.40 and a 9.21 save percentage. Lankinen's been bad. 2-3-2 with a 3.27 and an 8.83. So, and we're not gonna move on from Lankinen, in year one. We'll see how it goes through the rest of the season. If he doesn't get any better this year, then maybe next year that's something we talk about. But this year, I mean, we'll ride Luukkonen, I guess, and until there's a reason not to. If we look at league leaders, Austin Matthews leads the NHL in goal scoring. Pacioretty, Kucherov, McKinnon, McDavid. Shea Theodore leads in assists. Roman Josi, Draisaitl, Marner, and Ryan O'Reilly. Pacioretty leads in points. Matthews, Draisaitl, McDavid, McKinnon, Shea Theodore. Patrick Kane now of the Flyers. So Kane and Toews both gone from the Blackhawks. Plus minus. Pietrangelo is a plus 40 in 38 games. Give me a break. Brendan Gallagher, 3 shorthanded goals. Matthews leads with 11 power play. Adam Earn has 63 penalty minutes. Will Butcher leads the NHL in shot blocks, even though he's now in Lehigh. Oops, that's not where I wanted to go. Goalie leaders. Robin Lehner, 23 wins already. Jonathan Quick, 18 losses. Vasilevsky has 5 OT losses. Jonathan Bernier only has 9 starts, though. So if you look at I mean, I would say Darcy Kemper probably actually leads in save percentage because Bernier's only played 9 games. Luukkonen's 4th. Luukkonen is not. He's 12th in save percentage now, so that number's dropped a bit. Jordan Binnington, 5 shutouts for the Blues. He's also played in 34 games. Theodore with a 90 game rating. Victor Berglund, the defenseman, leads the NHL in scoring by a rookie. Sebastian Aho has 5 game-winning goals already. Nick Delorier has 2 fights. Brady Tkachuk leads in hits. Takeaways, Matthias Ekholm leads in takeaways, and Mackenzie Weegar. Looks like we've cut back on our giveaways here a bunch, although Studnicka is 3rd there. So, team stats. So, goals per game. We were the 2nd highest scoring team in the NHL last year. This year, we are 27th. So we're going to have to take a look at our offense here in the next episode. Goals allowed per game. We are 6th, so we are tough defensively, but offensively we are struggling. Power play, we have the 4th rated power play in the NHL, 23%, and our PK is 6th. So our special teams is very good. We just aren't getting it done 5-on-5. Sounds like the real-life Boston Bruins. Really, really good on special teams and a 5-on-5 that struggles. Hopefully the moves we've made in this episode will help over the next month. You know, we pick up Jonathan Toews. We pick up James Van Riemsdyk, stick them into the lineup. We get Middlestat back, hopefully at some point. He's still out indefinitely. And we will take a look at some other potential trade opportunities in the next episode. Maybe look to, we don't need to shore up our defense, but maybe we pick up a better 7th defenseman, or if there is a stud forward out there, a goal-scoring forward that we can plug onto, you know, I don't know, that first line with Eichel and move Olofsson down to the second line. I don't know. I mean, I'm more than willing to shift some people around there. You know, I'm happy with the makeup of our team now, but if there is a legit scoring forward out there, you know, we'd be crazy not to go after him. And yeah, it looks like a couple of the big names have come off this list already. So we'll just sort of keep an eye out and see what happens leading up to the trade deadline. So guys, if you have any thoughts, any suggestions, any questions, please leave a comment. I would love it if you could drop the video a like. If you haven't already subscribed and you're enjoying the content, you want to see more content, click the subscribe button. Otherwise, I'll talk to everybody soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.